Okay.
And you're live on YouTube.
Thank you very
much.
This
Madam Chair.
Yes, the panel meeting of the 31st of March 2022. We now move on to item 2 in today's agenda, which is an application by Optus for some telecommunications work, being the installation of a cable and pit on the Barrett Street Reserve. There is Mr. Greg Thiel and Mr. David Carey available to answer some questions, and I understand some members of the panel might have some questions of you. Virginia?
The question I had actually was in relation to the informal memorial that's present on in that reserve, and asking that we could preserve it and look after it basically, and that I was not sure whether or not the new pit, how close it got to that informal memorial. It's very hard to determine that on the drawings.
Hi, it's Jeff Teal from Optus here.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hi. I can answer the question for you. So I understand that the pit will be 5 metres away from that memorial, and the plan we have in place, that can be varied at any stage. It's not locked down, like we can move it either, back and forward and sideways or whatever.
So that's 5 metres.
Certainly, yeah. So at the moment, it stands to be 5 metres away from the memorial itself.
The formal heritage memorial, not the informal memorial to Gay, I can't pronounce the surname, not commonly known as Bonnie.
I think that one's the one under the tree, from memory.
Under the crabapple tree, that's it?
Yeah, so I think that's 5 metres away from our proposed pit.
That's great. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. That's what I just wanted to check. I'm just referring to it as the informal memorial, if that makes sense.
Yeah. David, you had some questions.
Yes, it relates to archaeology on the site, and we've recommended conditions, or the staff have recommended conditions about in the event of archaeology being discovered. But my experience is that archaeology is not discovered when you have a mechanical excavator on site, which I suspect you will, to dig the trench. So would you have any problem if there is, if we impose a condition requiring on-site monitoring by an archaeologist during that mechanical excavation, which I presume just would be done in a day, and they be empowered to stop work in the event that anything is found that they believe should be recorded? Because that's what I'm going to recommend. Would you have a problem with that?
No, not necessarily. We can do that if you like.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
It's just it's just a more thorough way of ensuring that archaeology is appropriately managed. Most likely nothing will be found, but you never know. And that archaeologist should be experienced in both Aboriginal, i.e. prehistoric, it's called, archaeology, and historical archaeology. So, they could recommend, they know how to recognise things, really, is the issue.
Yeah, so on-site monitoring.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to do any more research, but they might want to do a little bit of historical research themselves before they come out on site.
Yeah, we can engage a person to do that monitoring. That's not a problem.
In fact, the person that wrote the Heritage Impact Statement is an archaeologist. I was just a bit surprised that they didn't go a bit further in their report. Yeah.
Ron, do you have any
questions?
No, just as I said earlier, that because of and Jeff has sort of alluded to it, because it can change path in the process of being installed, that there's an as-built survey of the path and depths and that on completion to be submitted to council, so that if there are any things, like archaeological issues or even other service issues, that council's well aware of them.
Well, the only question there is, do you want an electronic copy or a hard copy?
Well, I guess for files these days, it's going to be electronic copy, because everybody's going to want to access it on dial before you dig, if it ever comes up to it, or
So we'll provide an electronic copy that can be uploaded to the council's GIS system.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think that would be a condition. So,
Okay.
Any other questions? Virginia, do you have any other questions?
No, that was all. No, that was all.
David, Ron?
no,
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your attendance, and the decision of the panel will be available on the council's website in due course.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much.
coming.
Thank you.
Sorry. No. We've got one more to go.
What
Finish.
time are we?
Madam Chair, I might propose that we cease the live feed with your permission. I'll organise that.
You're going to cease the live stream, yeah.